Salutations, my sweet summer children, and welcome to Ready to Rip, where the rules are made up and the points don't matter. All joking aside, welcome everybody. We are so happy to be here. This is the first episode of our weekly live-streamed D&D campaign, and oh my gosh, we are so excited to share it with you. This is going to be amazing. Wagwan, Cosmic Salmon, I'm with you. So, allow me to introduce the cast. Above me is our beloved DM, Ten Nolans, or Nolan for short.
Hello.
And then, obviously, to my left, quality content, we have Rip Daddy. Say hello, Rip Daddy.
And the more comfortable position this time.
Yeah, I could get comfy if I want, but like right now I'm on that grind. You know,
I did totally not get really uncomfortable. It's 10 o'clock here, 10:15, and I thought I would get comfortable and if I close my eyes, I'm not sleeping. I'm just absorbing fine content. So I am. I promise.
And cool. Well, you look comfy as shit. I'll probably recline eventually. But and I'm Dave Makes Noises. I am one of the voice actors here at Mr. Ripper and a music maker. And I did the soundtrack a couple hours ago. I just stayed up all night and blasted through an entire soundtrack for today's stream. So I hope you enjoy the music. We stream 2 days a week. We stream Sundays and Wednesdays, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. GMT. And so without further ado, I think if we're all here and ready to rock, let's turn the keys over to Mr. Nolan here and see where it takes us.
Awesome. So, quick little side note before we start. This is definitely going to be a learning session. Dave is a little bit more experienced as he plays a weekly game, but Rip, this is his second game. So,
Ever.
If you haven't played D&D before and you want to follow along, Rip learns the combat mechanics and how to role play in general. Feel free to get your pencils out and write all that down. If you're a little bit more experienced, hang tight. We will get him trained up to the point where he's slaying dragons by himself, but that might take some time. So, I am so happy to be here and excited to get this started. And I think this is a great time to start. So, without further ado. After 6 long months on the high seas, the movement of the ship finally comes to a subtle halt. For reasons only known by you, you have both fled your previous homeland in the hope of finding something better. This isn't an uncommon event in Agria. Many people often take to the high seas in hope of finding something better. Finding a better, peaceful life, but unfortunately, none have been able to find that yet. You both took an offer to be relocated by a local freelancer group, headed up by a stout, dashing, and quite a rare sight to behold, a raccoon folk named Ogden Nook, or commonly known from his reputation as the Bandit of the High Seas. He offered to sail you elsewhere in exchange for simple labor, an eventual fee to come at a later date, and that you'll keep to yourselves for the entirety of the trip. As the ship docks into a local port, you both hear a scraggly voice bellow from above. Yahar! You get that bird and that hairy fella up here. This is their last stop. Upon hearing that, you both gather your stuff, and a crewmate comes to your respective rooms and instructs you to follow them up. Upon reaching the main deck of the ship, you see Ogden standing atop a box, barking orders at his crew. And he glances and turns to the two of you. All right. Now, what's your names again? So, Rip, go ahead and introduce your character and describe what they look like.
My name is Killas. I am a... Let me go first. I am a large red bird.
Do you look like what kind of bird do you look like?
A red crow, and I'm currently wearing a sailor's outfit. Suit. I'm professional, so I am, and very scary looking for most normal people. Have a glaring, strong look and a big red beak.
Cool.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing a grey suit, something a bit like what Borat wears, but
Okay.
like maybe smells like that, but a bit more tighted fitted because I've got muscles, you see, so I fill it out quite well. You
Of
know,
course.
big broad shoulders, no boobs.
All right. And now, Dave, will you do the same?
Sure thing. So he looks up and he says, "Oh man, my name's Gruagach, man, but my friends call me Greg." And he is a 7'6", olive green furbolg, and he is about 269 pounds exactly. Nice. He's wearing very humble clothing. He wears simple burlap-looking robes, just kind of tied off with a lighter color of burlap as a kind of sash, and then he's just got like loads of pockets stitched into just like his pants and his like vest and his kind of undershirt there. And yeah, his vest is like kind of all is like a more green, less yellow than his like olive green skin. And his kind of undershirt is, yeah, he's almost the same color scheme as Shrek, to be fair. Now that I think about it, I hadn't really thought that through, but he's kind of like the same color scheme as Shrek, but like a little bit less green in the skin, I think is how we're going to run this. Yeah, he's got gray eyes, and he is, yeah, he smells like patchouli.
All right. So, as you guys state your names, you see Ogden writing that down in a ledger. Very good. Now, as you've probably heard, this is where you jump ship, but before we depart and go our separate ways, I believe we have the undiscussed matter of my fee. For getting you here, that'll be 2,000 gold each.
2,000 gold each? Sorry, 2,000 gold each? Man. How
That's
are
a
we
bit
going to come
steep.
up with that, man?
Well, seeing as we're in one of the main capitals of this region, I'll give you 3 months to pay it back.
3
If
months.
you don't
okay.
pay it back by then, me and my crew are gonna find you and make sure we get our fee back.
Very well. Thank you for the safe passage, man. We'll see you in a few months, I guess.
We'll be here.
Good to know, man. Hey, kill ass.
So-
You ready to rip?
I think it's I think it's time to make some money and get these guys off our back.
Where are we gonna find some work, man?
So, the port that you've docked into, you see that the whole landscape is very dark and foggy, and it looks like you're settled on a large peninsula. You can see the large landmass back in the distance, but where you are is a large peninsula where this massive city stands at the top of this hill, and surrounded all around it is what looks like a shanty town, very reminiscent of a favela or any kind of just shack town. And spread out alongside those are these massive pumping stations. Looks like an ancient kind of. It doesn't sit right. It looks it doesn't fit. It stands out like a sore thumb, and you can tell that a lot of the workers are marching toward and away from it. That's where a lot of the work in these shanty towns come from. But you can find work at the docks. There's many warehouses for packaging goods and getting it up into the city, or you can look around for flyers and see what you find.
I mean, I think wisdom would tell me to look for flyers. It's usually the people who are putting out a flyer would be interested enough that they need some pretty good help. Man, I don't know. Why don't we go look for flyers, man? Where's the nearest town bulletin, man?
So, up a ways from the dock, there is like just a main street,
Mm-hmm.
and posted on some of the walls, you do see a couple flyers kind of posted in. Some of them just seem to be like people selling couches. And others are pretty strange requests, but one stands out to you, and it looks a very crude drawing of if you ever saw the Take a Bite Out of Crime, McGruff the Crime
Scruff
Dog,
McGruff?
kind of looking Scruff McGruff, like kind of drawing, and on top you see the label "Help Wanted, Inquisitive Whiskers, Private Investigators."
Sold.
Let's go. This
Yeah.
seems weird enough, man. This is, I could get into it. Let's do this, man.
At the bottom you do see "Looking for work, have a knack for solving crimes. Come to Inquisitive Whiskers Detective Agency by the South Dock for more info."
Great. Is there like a thing we can rip off, or can we just take the flyer?
You can take the flyer.
Yeah, let's take the flyer.
Perfect.
Great. And we're gonna poke around, I guess, and see if we can't find Inquisitive Whiskers.
Okay, so you don't have your bearings just yet. You kind of came off the ship. There seems to be a lot of people passing around. Either they're carrying crates or just carrying on with their own day. Someone might be able to help guide you.
Okay. What you gonna do about it, Rip?
Is there many people in our surrounding areas right now?
I mean, I'd say probably give or take. There's from 10 to 20 people passing at you at once. Like, imagine it seems to be a fairly busy street. People are passing, but you could probably wave someone down and maybe ask for directions or even where you are.
Yeah. I'll step out into the middle of the crowd and I just stand in front of the first person and I just ask, Inquisitive Whiskers, any idea where it may be? It's at the bottom of the South Dock, is it?
My God, you're a talking bird. Yes, we're on. If you keep following this road down, the same exact way you were going, you'll see signs for the South Dock, and I believe a damn cat has put flyers all over the place near it, and those should guide you to his shop.
Thank you, friend. You've been a great help.
Thank you. And he kind of moves around you and carries on with his day. He does look back at you a couple times. You can tell that they haven't seen an Aarakocra
Thank you.
a lot around here.
Oh, I stick out like a sore thumb. Maybe it's my complexion. Not Greg, towering over everybody. So I grab Greg by the hand because that's how I like to travel, and we take a dander down to the bottom of the South Dock.
Okay. So, yeah, you can just from your stroll, you can tell that it doesn't seem like the best living situation for some people. It seems that a lot of people have gathered around this city just because of the opportunity it has. But you can definitely tell that everyone that lives within the shanty town is fallen on hard times.
Yeah.
You do notice an interesting feat is that some doors do have a white X painted over them as you walk along the streets. And eventually you do come to the South Dock and you see just some buildings are just plastered with all these flyers. And it kind of is in the shape of an arrow pointing down the street.
Okay. Why don't we follow the big arrow made of... Hold on. Got to get back into character. I got to get used to this again. Well, I mean, why don't we just follow that big arrow full of the same flyer that we have until we get there, man? Rip.
Could you could you, but Greg, what can you see from up there? Is it obvious?
It sounds like it's cartoonishly obvious.
Well, no, but I mean, like, yeah, because it's a rough area, so I'm worried if it's a trap. I'm thinking, are we in a tight section here, or is it the buildings? Is Greg over? What height are you, Greg?
It's
again?
broad daylight, is it not?
Oh, it's broad daylight. Oh, I thought it was misty.
It's a bit foggy.
Okay, all right.
But I think what you're 7 or 8 feet tall. How
I'm
tall
seven.
are you?
I'm 7'6".
Oh, I had it in my head like 11 foot or something like that. There, these
No,
shanty towns and stuff, and I'm
7'6".
breaking a minute.
I still
All right,
technically
well.
count as a medium creature,
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah. Greg, we just start walking down towards the comically pointed signs. Just standing beside each other as people are walking past doing their business and keeping ourselves to ourselves. But we're both looking about, I think. Are you looking about, Greg? I'm looking about.
Just staring at the giant arrow, man.
Okay.
It's the cat version of McGruff the crime dog, just like with a magnifying glass.
That cat looks cool, man.
You follow the obvious arrows, and eventually you do come to this alleyway-like building. And at the end of the alleyway, you see a wooden door, and above it says IWPI, and there's a help wanted sign outside.
Help wanted sign. Okay. Well, is it unlocked? Let's walk in.
Yeah. As soon as you turn the doorknob and open the door, you hear the little ding of a bell,
Uh-huh.
and very muffled, you hear, "Ah, hello. Who's there?"
Hello, man. My name is Gruagach, but my friends call me Greg. We're responding to the flyer. Help wanted.
Oh, okay. And so out from the back, you see this this statuesque cat folk known as the Tabaxi, wearing an obvious trench coat. His ears are kind of one is pointed out, one is kind of set down as he has a fedora on, and he says, "Well, that's nice to meet you. You're Gruagach, and what is your name?"
Kill us.
Ah, okay. I am Jukan. Pleasure to meet you. So tell me about yourselves.
Well, we just got off a boat, and we owe a raccoon 2,000 gold each, so we're looking for work so that we can pay the raccoon that we owe 2,000 gold each. Man, that's about all we need. It's about all we need to know.
Yep.
Okay. That is strange, but that's what happens when you visit Vasterheim. Strange things happen. Okay. We could do a training. Kind of, maybe you do a job for me, we see how it goes, and then if I want to employ you, we can go from there.
Nolan, your mic keeps cutting out. Would you mind maybe trying to turn it up or move it closer to you somehow?
Yeah.
Thank you.
How about this? Is that better? When the dog is
yeah, it's much better.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do have 2 jobs currently. You can choose which one you want to do, and then any rewards you get from it are yours to keep. Sound good?
Sounds good,
Sounds
man.
good.
Okay. We have one, which is, it seems this girl has an imaginary friend, and ever since the friend has come into the family's life, all their livestock is being brutally murdered.
Oh no, man, not the cows.
So that is something to worry about. And the strange thing is that the remains are being cooked in their fireplace. It's kind of terrifying. If you want to go see, then you meet. His name is Poppy Greenleaf, and he's at the Brass Beer Inn, which is a little bit west of here. The second one is it's actually in the city. It seems this one he has a pest problem in his basement.
Hold on, making
Oh,
notes.
no.
Poppy Greenleaf, Brass Spear Inn. The quest is cow slaughter or livestock. Stock murders. And who's this next person?
So I can read you both of them if you want to.
Yeah. I'm just
Rather
taking
than
notes. I'm just writing them
explaining
down.
it. So the first one is essentially children have such vivid imaginations. My dear Ella is the same, always talking about her special friend, Mr. Pillwicken. I thought she was going through a phase like any other child until we found one of our livestock brutally savaged and its boiled remains in stew on our fireplace. Anyone willing to help us get to the bottom of this nightmare should ask for Poppy Greenleaf at the Brass Spear Inn.
Got it.
And the second one is I've heard nothing but scratching all night for the past week. Whatever's down there is driving me crazy. I found nothing but chewed up parchment from my old books in the cellar, and last night I swear I heard digging to boot. If anyone is looking for some quick gold, come find me at the Wet Dog Inn in the evening, or drop by the Ancient Arbor Library during the day and ask for Corin.
Arbor Day and ask for Corin. Okay. All right.
And so Jukan puts both of these on the table. He says for the second one, you will need a special writ to enter the city. Not that the guards are not too nice, especially to non-humans. So just take this paper and show it to guards if you try to go inside.
Okay, man. Let's pocket it and figure out which way we want to go. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. What do you want to do?
Greg,
Yeah.
I don't like little girls,
Okay, man.
and I hate pests even more.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Well, we need to make some gold, or else we're gonna get murdered by a raccoon and his buddies.
I want to take the job of the pests because hopefully we can catch it, and maybe I can mess some. Hopefully we don't know what pests they are yet, but
Yeah.
maybe I'll enjoy exterminating them for good.
Okay.
Can't do that with little girls.
Fair enough, man. Okay. Well then, I guess it's settled. Let's head into town with that nice new writ we got, man. Let's go figure this thing out. Let's go. What time is it at this point?
It's probably it's close to midday.
Okay. So I guess let's go down to the Ancient Arbor and ask for Corin, yeah?
Yes, let's go.
All right. Let's go, man.
So yeah, cool. You guys head out, and the best kind of reference point is you're heading towards the giant wall in the center of the town. You do see that there are these large gates where you could assume you would get entry.
Okay.
And upon reaching those gates, you can see that there are about 3 to 4 guards standing and kind of vetting people as they go in.
Okay.
And some folk are blocked entry, like, spears go down, they halt them, and they send them the other way.
Okay. Very good. So, shall we... Do you want to lead the way, Rip, since you're so eager to go on this mission?
So I take the writ from Greg's hand, and we approach, and I hand them the paper, and I just stand and look at the guards to see what their response is.
Yeah, as you approach, of course, the spear goes down, and they're very standoffish. They give you a look, and as they see the writ, they kind of rip it from your hand, look at it. All right, don't cause any trouble, though. And they like slam the writ right back in your arms.
I under my breath, I just go, no promises, and nobody hears me. Maybe Greg catches it, and we, we pass through. We pass through. I imagine that I have to just give a wee bit of a shoulder barge, just to be tiny, just a wee skiff, and then Greg just follows me nicely as the path's opened up.
So yeah, they don't hear your comment. You do hear a little bit of a grumbling as you hit them in the shoulder, but the one that seems to be in charge kind of just writes it off, and they continue with their job. As soon as you enter the city, like the wall is probably a good 20 to 30 feet thick, and so you're walking through this tunnel, and as you emerge, you can see that the situation isn't as great in the lower district. It seems very similar. The buildings are still kind of ramshackled, and like there's at least a few miles down to the next wall. You see another wall that encircles another district within the city. You do see as soon as like you walk down and you hit a crossroad. You do see there's signs for different shops, and the Ancient Arbor is pointing to the left, and the Wet Dog Inn is to the right.
Cool. Easy enough. That makes sense. All right. Well, let's head over to the Ancient Arbor then.
You do start to get a couple of looks. You can tell that the population here is predominantly human.
Mm-hmm.
You do see a dwarf here or there, maybe some elves, but you notice that if you do see an elf, they have their ears kind of covered up.
Huh.
Just a strange sight.
It's very The Witcher 3.
And
it's very sad.
It's very sad.
Eventually, you do come across a gated area, and you see that it says the Ancient Arbor above. And inside, it's almost this tiny little sanctuary. The trees provide cover. There's just enough shade inside, and you could tell that reading a book in this little paradise would be great. Further down, there's a stone path. You see that there is a building where you could enter in the library.
Okay, very good. Let's continue on then, yeah?
Yeah. I think we just walk down towards the door, the gate, the doors. We give a door 3 quick taps and just go through. But it is a library, so just a couple of wee knocks just to let somebody know if they're listening out, and just pass through the door. If it's not, I should ask if it's locked or not. It's probably open. It's the middle of the day, so and they're open for business. So we could just pass through the door.
Cool. You enter into this very open space. It seems that the craftsmanship of this building is quite beautiful. How the walls are essentially all crafted out of wood, resemble trees, and create this arch-like effect up at the top. And inside each of the trees are books.
Huh.
And at the end of the first room, you do see someone reading a book at a desk.
Is he the only person in the library? Like the only person, or is it just?
Yeah, he seems to be the only person in the library currently.
Greg, that must be him.
All right, let's go talk to him, man. So we'll go ask this person. Excuse me, are you Corin? It's like really quiet.
And You see, he's hunched over his desk, reading a book, and as you approach, he looks up and says, "Oh, yes. Don't worry about keeping it quiet. No one's here studying. Yes, I am Clorin."
Hi. We received we received some information that you were hearing some scratching from one inquisitive whiskers, Jukan.
Oh, yes, yes. I don't know what it is. I keep going down there, and it seems that something might be under my basement. A lot of the stone is kind of been brought up from the ground. Um, Unfortunately, it's at my other establishment, the What Dog Inn. But um, if you would like to handle this issue, I'd reward you very uh, generously.
Sure, man. Yeah, we'd be happy to help you out.
Now, I do plan on heading over there in a couple hours, or if you promise to not cause any trouble, I could give you the key to my establishment, and you could enter in the basement yourself.
Sure, we could just do that. That seems simple enough. Quick in, quick out. Problem solved, man.
Yeah, no trouble either, Greg. Just do our job.
Right on, kill ass. Let's do this thing, man.
So,
He does let you know that there will be some people working there, getting the bar ready for the night, but the door will be locked, so it's not going to be an empty building. So there's still going to be some people there, but he hands you over a key, gives you like you might need to jiggle it a little bit, but once you're done, either I should be there, or you can come back here and I'll pay you.
Okay. Sounds good, man. Ready to? Are we ready to rip, man?
I'll fit that in at some point. Don't worry. So yeah, we take a key, and Greg and I. I'm getting confused with my placement here. It's another building, isn't it? It's not through the basement of the library.
No, it's a different building
It's
on the other side.
crossroads. Yeah. So we take a walk back out and get to the crossroads, and I just sort of point at the crossroads, Greg, and like just to acknowledge that he knows and I know. We make our way to the tavern, the bar tavern.
In. Wet dog in.
In. Wet dog in, sorry. And I is there a separate entrance down into the basement, or do we have to go into the inn to get in?
So you do see like obviously there is an entrance inside, but there happens to be a cellar door kind of right around the back. And he let you know that in case you wanted to go in that way and not interrupt anybody.
Greg, I think we should just keep it low key, just in case. Don't know what we'll find down there.
When you say keep it low key, what do you mean?
Try not to make too much noise. We don't know what's down there.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that, man. Wow. All right, shall we carefully open her up and see what's what?
I think so.
All
So, do I have the key, or does Greg have the key? That's what I want to know. I have the key, too. I'll take the key, Greg. So we approach, and I place the key in, and I find motor skills, and I get a wee jiggle, as the man said, and it opens up. And I stand over to the side, and Greg opens up because I do the fine motions. Greg does the lifting, and he opens up both sides of the latch. And I'm wondering, is it dark or is it bright down in there? Could we see anything at that point?
It's fairly dark. Now, let me check your character sheets.
I should really look at that too.
I don't
Equipment.
think either of you have dark vision.
No, I got a torch though.
So cool, yeah. So unfortunately, like at this point, it seems to be fairly dark. There's no sconces lit down there, so you'd have to light up a torch to see.
Are there sconces visible on like any of the walls that we can just light up?
If you go down, you can see not on the there's no sconces on the stairwell down.
Okay. All right. Well, might as well light up a torch and see what's what. Yeah. Yeah. I light up a torch and I descend down the stairwell.
Okay, cool. As soon as you get down there, it looks to be about a 30 by 30 basement. There's large barrels, which you can assume are probably filled with some sort of alcohol, as this is an inn.
Yeah.
And you do notice that underneath, on the floor, it's almost as if something has been burrowing under it, because the cobblestone seems to be shifted and kind of jumbled.
Huh. Can I make out what the kind of pattern is?
It seems, yeah, you can kind of see that there's 3 small tunnels coming from different directions,
Okay.
and in like a central location, it looks like these stones are shifted. What seems to be maybe it's a meeting point for all 3 tunnels, or maybe that, from what you are familiar with, could be a nest.
Ooh.
How big are the mounds of the cobblestones? Is it like
Uh,
big animal? Is it like a
it looks
big hole, like a foot wide sort of thing?
it's like a foot or 2 off the ground.
Can
Like
I
the
make a
small
nature
tunnels,
check?
yeah.
Can I make a nature check to see if I can identify what kind of nest this might appear to be?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Let me go back to my sheet for a second. All right. Shit, I should have done a survival. Oh well. YOLO, first roll of the game. Here we go. And that is a 17. Yeah. I fuck with it.
So, what you can gather, it seems to be you're familiar with how certain animals kind of like prep their nest.
Hmm.
This does seem to be something of a like insectoid. It doesn't seem to be like a rat nest or um, any other creature that you can think of. It seems to be more that like the tunnels are separated in a way that many things can get into the central location if need be.
Huh. Almost like ants or something.
Uh, This is a random question, sort of out of character at the moment, but I have wood carving tools. If it's only sort of a foot tall, am I allowed to use them just where all the points meet, just to have a wee jukey, just to have a wee look to see?
Essentially, you're just trying to create a peephole.
Yeah, people just to have a nosy, because obviously we're both too big to get down inside, and we don't know where they go past the 30-foot square box.
Before
And
we
just to
do
see if there's any.
before we do anything, can I get a
Sorry?
sconce? Can I get a sconce later now?
Yeah, sure. You see that there's about 4 of them, 2 on each wall.
Okay, I'm gonna light 2 of them.
Okay.
Sorry to
Cool.
interrupt. I just wanted to make sure we got into that
You're
before we
okay.
started like cutting up rats' nests or whatever.
So yeah,
Um,
cool. You guys
So
are
that,
able-
they're lights, yes. Sorry, I'm getting confused here, but they're lights. So we're sort of lit, are we?
yeah. So
Perfect.
you're able to see without having a torch in hand now.
Yeah, so I put out my torch now.
So what do I need to do just to create this peephole? Is that part of my?
Yeah, I would say you're using your wood carving tool, so you're going to add proficiency to this. So what we can do is let's roll a. How are you trying to create this hole? Are you just trying to do brute strength down into it,
No,
or
fine. Just chisel away and then leave a couple of like a foot gap. Not too big. No power. Just a wee. I'm a wood carver, so that's my thing. So I use a bit of finesse.
okay?
So what I do.
I will let you roll make a dexterity check. So up at the top of your character sheet, you should have the different boxes for stats. If you click on the 3 for dexterity, that should make the roll for you, and just add 2 to it to simulate your proficiency.
Okay. Oh. It's brought me up my thingamajigger. Oh, I didn't roll. If I was to roll by my dice, what would I do? Just roll it with a. What am I going for? The big one?
You would essentially add +5 to it if you roll the dice.
That's a D20 or
Yeah.
a D20. So, and I'm +5, am I? Make out a 6.
You rolled a 1 on your first roll of the game?
I did, yeah.
Is that what just happened? Oh
Ain't
boy.
that something?
Oh boy.
Did I unsub? Did I? Shit.
So you start like just chiseling away at this stone, and doesn't feel like you're really getting anywhere
Mm.
until like you start to feel a rumble like in the ground, and you're like, hey, maybe this is working out. Until um, just the ground beneath you kind of sinks down, and this creepy looking purplish face looks out at you, very insect-ish with these dark, solid black eyes. And it opens its mouth wide, and you see layers and layers of teeth and a
Ugh.
tongue kind of come out at you.
Lovely.
And we're going to roll initiative now.
All right.
You're being attacked by whatever this creature is. All right, so
Ooh. That is a dirty 20 on initiative, my guys.
that is great.
Ah, feels good.
So Scott, if you put is the D&D
I'm clicking on initiative, and it's not even. Remember, you showed me before, and it would do it for me. I'm clicking on it, and it's giving me like what it is, if you know what I mean, which I should have really read first. I can roll. I've got my dice here in my hand, so if you want to.
Yeah, so you have +3 to your initiative. So you just roll the D20 and add 3 to it.
I can feel a 4 coming. Oh, 15.
15? Cool. Let me just write this down really quick. All right, so Gruagak, you are going first. You're the first in the initiative. Right now, you're probably about 10 feet away from Kalas, and this creature, just its head and like partial of its neck is kind of coming out of the ground.
Okay. Got it. Fuck. I wonder. It's probably pretty constitutional, so maybe I shouldn't hit it with a poison spray.
So just to kind of break this down for
Yeah.
Rip. So in combat, you have your action, your bonus action, and then you get a reaction, which is doesn't come up often, but we'll go into what that does now. So Dave has to decide what he wants to do with his action,
That is
his bonus action, and his movement, which both
Okay.
of your movement should be roughly 30.
Yeah, minus 30. Okay. Well, I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Shillelagh. And then I'm going to hit this dude with my club in the face. So let me just... Cool. All right, ready.
Cool.
So that is a 7 to hit.
7. Oof. Yeah, it kind of like dodged out of the way as you raise your club high and like you yell, "Shillelagh!"
Shillelagh!
Smack it down, but it dodges out of the way.
Rats.
And so, is that your turn?
That is indeed my turn.
All right. The creature is now going to kind of pull itself out of the hole. The main center area is seeming to be destroyed a little bit. And it's a 6-legged creature.
Okay.
Weird, like these just like a layer of hair up on top, all the way down to its like spindly tail.
Okay.
And as soon as it gets up, it's still pretty small. It's probably about like 2 feet high. It's gonna slash at one of you. Rip, choose odds or evens.
Evens.
Evens. All right. It's gonna go after Dave.
Great.
or Greg, and so it's going to stab at you with its claw. That is a 13 to hit.
That does not hit.
All right, that misses, and it's slowly making its way out, and it's getting ready to stab again. But we're now on to Kill-Ass's turn.
Obviously, I'm attacking. I have my big talons.
Mhm.
I would like to attack with them.
Okay.
I'm going to take a slash for the neck, just across, because obviously, if timing goes well, it should do the most amount of damage. But it could be his brain, could be anywhere in his body, I suppose, because he's some weird insecty thing. But
Okay, so cool. And you're also going to get a bonus because you have a feature called Sneak Attack. So since you the enemy is 5 foot within an ally, being Greg,
yeah,
you're going to get more damage dice to that as well. So go ahead, and you're going to roll a d20, and let me pull up what your bonus is. You're going to get a +3 to this.
okay. What's that? Just so I know, is that based off initiative?
So the talons are strength based, so they go off your strength plus
Strength.
your proficiency.
All right.
A different weapon, like if you look at your actions, you can see that like your dagger or your rapier is going to give a +5 to hit.
Yes, I see that now. Actually, yes. So, a 6.
It dodges all the way. It gets. It's kind of just scope both of you in, and it's dodging all the attacks. So that was your action. You still have a bonus action. Is there anything else you want to do, or maybe some movement?
I'm going to use. Am I close enough to use my dagger now after he dodges, or is he fully out of the way?
So right now, so attacking is an action unless you have 2 light weapons. So if you had 2 daggers, you'd be able to make 2 attacks.
Yeah, right, okay.
Attack for a turn right now.
So what would be... I'm assuming my best move would be to sort of dance back out of the way again. Oh, right, okay. So I can't attack then? Is that what that is then? If my only option is to move, or...
So the attack failed, so you're still right in combat, and if you back away, it might be able to swipe at you.
Yeah.
But if you can maybe get a better positioning with Greg, so you guys have advantage on that attack roll. Because if the creature is in this, like, if Greg is on one side and you're on the other side directly from him,
yeah,
you're flanking him essentially.
Yeah, well, Greg's still there. I move to the rear. I sort of skip round to the rear then, and Dave's head on, and I'm at the rear. I'll be careful how I put that. Family show.
Oh, perfect. And is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right. Gruagok, you're up next.
All right. Well, Gruagok's going to take another swing on this buggo. So now I've got advantage on this roll, correct?
You do.
Great. We're going to roll advantage. And that is a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Groovy.
So go ahead and roll your damage.
Awesome. Here we go. Let's fuck it up, gang. Nope. It's going to be 5 damage from me.
All right. Cool. Anything else on your turn?
Rip, have you taken a hit yet? Or are you good?
I'm taking a hit, yeah.
Alright, cool. Now we're chilling. I don't really have anything that I need to do in a bonus action. Well, let me double check my bonus actions because I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, level 1 isn't too exciting.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I don't really have much going on. That's it.
Okay. The creature kind of reels back and lets out a small cry as you hit it with a giant club. And it's going to try to stab at you again with its claw.
Okay.
And that is a 14 to hit.
That just hits.
Okay. Let's see what this does. All right. That is a total of 5 damage.
Oof. Okay. All right.
All right. That is its turn. It's going to stay where it is. It's kind of eyeing both of you. Its head kind of turns around, looks at Kilas, and but keeps its eye on Gruagok because he's been the biggest threat so far. Kilas, it's now your turn.
Okay, I'm going to use my talons again this time. This time I'm going to try and get it underneath and just, I just try and hook up round its backside and round its tail. Just trying to get right in and get dirty with it, if you know what I mean.
Okay, so now for this hit roll, you're going to essentially roll 2 dice and pick the highest.
Okay, 2 d20s or 2?
Yeah, 2
Okay.
d20s.
Okay, you really want to help me here this time, that's good. And plus 3 them?
Yeah, plus 3.
Okay, 18 on one.
Okay.
Oh, 21 on this one.
Perfect. Okay, yeah, so both hit. So since you have advantage and there's an ally nearby, you're going to be adding an extra d6 to this attack. So the talons automatically do it's d4 plus 1, and then add a d6 because you're a sneak attack.
D4? Which one's the D4?
It's
All right.
a little pyramid.
Yeah. So,
One of those things
yeah.
from
It's the one that
Kung
hurts when
Pao.
Yeah.
Kung Pao into the fist, where it's
It looks like it would hurt if you stood on.
It does. It hurts like a motherfucker. Oh my god. It's so bad. I had to go
Back in a wrecked.
It was awful.
Right in the hay. Right. So it was the wee one and plus 1, wasn't it, for the first one?
plus 1
So,
for the talons.
so that'll be 3.
Okay, and then what about the d6?
It's just a 1. The one I get on that on top. Anything? 1.
That's just added to the other dice.
Oh, right. So yeah. That would be. Did I say
4?
3 or 4? 4.
Cool. Yeah, you claw back into its tail to try to rip it out of the ground, and you do. It gives a large cry as your talons sink in, and you rip it back out, and the creature goes lifeless as you throw it against the back wall.
Fuck yeah.
But as that happens, you do hear something from beneath, calling out again and crying. So it seems there's more than just one.
Uh-oh.
So, Gruagok, you're next. There is this 5-foot hole in the ground now, so you can maybe position yourself around that, but you don't see any enemies just yet.
Okay. Well, can I take a moment to get a heal in?
Sure.
All right, cool. I'm gonna just healing word myself. I'm just gonna say, "Ouch, man," and because otherwise I'm at half HP. I only have 10 HP. Fuck, that doesn't help me very much. 4. Actually, that helps me a lot. That puts me back at 9. So that does help me a lot. Wow, thank goodness. Okay, cool. We're chilling. All right, I'm a happy camper. I'll burn that spell slot just because gotta have it, and I can. Yeah, my shillelagh is good for only a minute, so I guess I'll prepare an action to when we have to, like as a reaction, if I can, to like the next initiative, I'll activate the shillelagh again.
Okay.
That's cool.
Cool. Yeah, because right as you raise your club up, another one of these things comes out of that main tunnel.
Okay.
So it's going to proc your opportunity attack.
Okay.
Since you prepared your action.
Great. Are we flanking still or no?
Yeah.
Great.
It's still right in the center, you get.
Awesome. So that means... Ooh, 16 plus 5 is a 21 to hit.
Cool. That hits.
Great. We're gonna do a D8 plus 3. That's not bad, actually. That's 9 bludgeoning.
Yeah, you just like whack-a-mole, just bonk on the head, and it's gone, dead.
Great.
So great. That is combat
Cool.
done and done in record time.
Hooray.
So cool.
Yay. Go us.
Yeah, we did the thing. Good job, Rip Daddy. You killed it.
So cool.
Did I?
Yeah, you literally killed one. So.
Well, I ripped his bumhole out, so yes. Sorry, his tail. I got
So yeah, you guys have finished the job. If you want to, gather some evidence that the job has been done, you can if you want.
Take a trophy.
Yeah.
Rip, I'll leave that up to you. I mean,
yeah.
kill ass. That's all you, man. I'm done here.
I take my talons. I go over to the and I basically on his tail just take a foot off the top, and just slice it, and I stick the top of my tail and just poke it into the top of my my suit jacket, and just pat it, and that's me. I'm happy.
Okay, great.
Cool. Okay.
And just
I would like to dispose, get the bodies of the critters out of there.
oh, that's awfully nice of you.
Yeah, just do the
There was
right
just
thing.
2 of them.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
seems
They were
that
small,
trying
so.
to, create some sort of a nest. And it looks like they were gathering organic material to kind of form a cocoon, maybe to move on to the next stage of their life cycle.
Yeah, I just kind of want to get them out of the cellar, and just out of sight, out of mind, so that they reward us generously, completing the job.
Yeah, perfect.
How big are the big cocoons? Big? Is it something that Greg could carry the bodies, and I would take the nest with me, just to make sure that they don't?
Yeah,
reuse?
the nest wasn't fully completed, and
Oh.
the cobblestone coming down kind of helped destroy it. It just the tunnels are kind of lined with this organic material. So just like this white kind of milky substance, kind of stretched out like spider webs almost.
Greg,
All
I
right.
think it's something that we may need to tell the owner of the thing as we. Yeah,
Well, what
more
time
of
is
a
it?
friendly advice.
Well, it probably took you about 30 minutes to get over here, and then combat was fairly quick. So he's probably still at the library, if that was your question.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at.
Greg, are we going to lift the bodies and bring them with us in the middle of the day?
No.
through the town?
We're just gonna throw them in the dumpster, throw them out in the if there's if there woods anywhere nearby or not really.
The
I'm just saying,
fantasy
dispose of them.
dumpster.
Is there a dumpster? Well, I mean, it's an inn, right? So they would have a dumpster.
I think we're being all honorable. We're going to have a wee funeral in the back for them because we're noble people.
No, man,
I'm
they
not
attacked us, man. We just got to clean up after ourselves. That's all, man. We let nature take its course today, man. We're just doing our due diligence to finish the job right, man.
But Greg, you complained whenever I ripped the tail off, and we're just going to put the bodies in the dumpster. Let's go. I'm up for that.
Yeah, great. All right, cool, done. And then we'll head to the library.
Bingo.
Cool. So yeah, you get up out of the cellar. You do see across the way that there is the fantasy dumpster. It's some funny name, just like Dump and Co. or something. You lift up the top, shove the monster in, and kind of gotta beat it down with your club to get it in there.
Whack, whack, whack.
And then you do the look around to make sure your landlord didn't see.
Yeah.
All right.
And
cool.
and yeah, it's probably around 4:00. So it's still pretty much midday.
Okay, great. Yeah, library, job done. Let's do.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yep.
You know the path back.
Yep.
Same thing as before. Walking along the street, you get some weird looks. You see more white X's on the doors, and eventually you come across the library. And there seems to be a couple people in the garden this time reading books. and just relaxing.
Okay. Let's go find our main homie Corin and just kind of casually point to the job, to the trophy.
Cool. Yeah, you walk in. You do see Corin is helping somebody. Someone's trying to get a book, and he's up on one of those fancy ladders.
Oh, with the wheels?
Yep, with the
Love
wheels.
Ooh, triangular shit. Like, I don't need
And-
them. I can fly, but yeah, I like them. I appreciate them.
And he gives you a glance. He's like, "Oh, I'll be right with you."
No
Helps
rush, man.
her out. They exchange gold, and eventually says, "So I take it the job is done."
Yes,
I
sir,
pat-
man.
As Greg says, yes, sir. I just pat on it for the tail, but I'm not giving it to him.
Yeah, he
It's
can
just
kind of see that there's
Yeah.
still some juices kind of seeping out of your suit, and he's like, "Oh, okay." He goes up under the desk and takes out 2 pouches. Both are filled with 10 silver pieces and 5 gold pieces each.
Gotcha. So 6 gold pieces.
Basically, yeah. I don't know
Okay.
why I put it like that. So 6 gold. Yeah.
Great.
And
Add that to my inventory.
he says, I know it's not much, but again, if you ever need a place to stay in the lower district, rooms are on the house.
Oh, thank you so much.
At the
We
Wet
might
Dog
take you
Inn.
up on that.
Yeah, maybe later on tonight.
Yeah, we'll have to see where the rest of the day takes us, man. So it's still midday. We could probably take another job now.
Yep.
All right.
Greg, do we ask him for another job, or is he?
Well,
Did
no,
he have,
his
did he say he
job
had
posting we've dealt with. The one that we were dealing
Done.
with who had the jobs for us was Jukan,
2 jobs? Oh,
right? So now you said that you are terrified of, like, you don't want to do the children one, but that's like the other available mission right now. If you want to just get around to it and just knock it off, just solve the mystery of the
Yeah.
livestock murders of the
We're-
brass spear.
Greg, we've done such a good job. We've done it in such a good time. We could have it done by tea time
That's what I'm
or
saying.
dinner time,
man.
depending.
I'd say supper.
Depending where. Supper.
I'd say supper.
No, it's tea time. No, it's tea time.
I thought they were the
Let's
same
go.
thing, man. All right, let's go. So we're gonna
And
go.
so,
We're gonna go find
before
Poppy.
you
I'm in an
leave-
argument.
Sorry.
Perfect. But before you head off, Corin does let you know, like, if you ever need to research anything or just want to read a book, the books are available for you here as well. If you just want to read them, you
Yeah.
can browse through them.
Oh, don't you worry, man. I'll be back in the morning if I can. I'll be. We're gonna become quick friends, man. Cause there's books living in trees, right?
Yeah.
Basically here, yeah. I'm a druid. I'm about this. This is my new like sanctuary. At least for now, while we're
Perfect.
here.
Yeah. So
yeah, I will be very happy here.
cool. Do we want to take a quick little break?
That's up to you.
Yeah.
Rip, do you want to use the head?
2 minutes for me. Yeah,
Okay.
2 minutes for me.
Do you want me to like kill your camera feed or anything like that while
No,
you're gone?
the graceful dismount out of my IKEA armchair is going to be
I'm
impressive.
waiting for
I'll
those
say.
dad noises. All right, well, let's hang out with chat, I guess, for a minute while that's happening.
Just go through the comments. Explain to everybody that I'm not actually looking at the live feed. 'Cause, yeah, excuse me. I purposely put a dark T-shirt on so people didn't get to see my lockdown body. So
Oh,
back in a
dude,
second.
trust me, I know. I can't shake this 10 fucking 15 pounds. Hey, Craig's in the chat. What's up, Craig? Oh, I love Craig. Craig's so cool. Craig, I just finished the thing for your thing, and oh my god, it was so much fun. I enjoyed it so immensely. Blink Dog. I saw you, Nathan Dunn. So we're gonna go back to the ambient back. By the way, how's everybody liking the music? I made 3 songs, and that's all of them so far that you've heard. And they like meander enough that they don't really, they don't get too old. I think I can't hear them in my headphones just because of the way my mixer setup is. But I made them last night. I'm pretty pleased with how they turned out, actually. The piano ones were just like a single take and a quick like cleanup, and that was it. It was really, really easy.
Yeah, no, I think it's. I'm enjoying it, especially because I'm hearing it as I'm narrating everything.
Is the
That's
synthwave like groovy or what?
Yeah.
Cool. I originally wrote it at like 89 BPM, and it was just like too chill, and we were just like fucking with tempo, in Discord, and then we hit like 115, and we were like, "What? Wait, this kind of bops. Okay. We might have saved it, you know, because I was about to give up on the synthwave and just be like, fuck it, I'll just chop a heavy loop out of one of my like post rock songs, and that'll work fine as well. But I really wanted to try and make the synthwave thing because I wanted to challenge myself. If I had had more time to do it, I would have made all of the patches from scratches in my new synth that I just bought. But since I was just kind of like grinding, I wanted to just use sounds that I knew would just like work so I could get it done.
Yeah.
Thank you, Smiling Knight. I'm glad you like. The sad piano is my favorite to play, though. It's just so nice and expressive. I've just been on a really sad piano.
Yeah,
I'm not a sad person. I'm a happy person, but I just love sad piano music.
It's that like that melancholy, just kind of like rhythm. That's what makes playing Minecraft so peaceful. It's just like.
Would you believe
the
me if I told
melancholy
you I'd never
piano.
played it?
Well, maybe that's something we should do, just something to mess around with.
By the way, Jacob, I did see those rubber ducky dice, and I thought those were super duper cool. That's fucking rad. And also, I think like Luna moths are really cool. Like these gigantic green moths, they're really beautiful creatures. But just like your regular moth, I could take them or leave them. I'm indifferent to them. And I don't trust. I mean, I think geese are beautiful, but I do not trust geese as far as waterfowl is concerned. And also, they're kind of a pain in the ass if you have geese. They're a nightmare. They just shit everywhere. Your whole lawn just covered in shit. I don't know.
Waterfowl in general is dangerous.
I feel like I mostly write pretty happy music. It's like slow, but it's mostly happy. It's harder for me to write sad music, but I wanted to kind of like do something a little bit darker because we're, you know, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I might like continue adding to this kind of like soundtrack until we have like a whole record of just like soundtrack music to release and, you know, enjoy.
Yeah. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Just put it up on Spotify so other people can use it.
That's what I'm saying. I've got the ability to do so. I have a distro kid, so I can make that happen.
Cool.
So, oh look, Rip Daddy's back. I still gotta unmute his mic. Hey Nolan, is there any way you can get your mic like way closer to your face, like as close as mine or Rip's is?
I can try. I'll figure out a way to do that.
Yeah.
Oh no, a USB phone.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That would make it a lot better because it's cutting out. There's just something going on there where it's just like it cuts out. But if you're close enough to your mic, it shouldn't do that.
I'm getting like a wee hissing noise, but I don't know if it's me. I think it might be from your end, Dave, but it could be me. So
Yeah,
You
I'll
sound
mess
great on
around.
my end, Rip.
I'll get a
thank you.
I have a stand somewhere. I'll do that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That would be really, really helpful. Just get that the proximity effect. Yeah, because Discord has like a bunch of like automatic features that'll like cut out audio a
Yeah.
little bit if it's like below a certain threshold. So like you got to either go into Discord and futz with your settings or just put your mic on your face.
Yeah.
Sorry about
We'll
that.
mess around with it.
But that's perfect where it is.
For next week. Yeah, and I'll
This
make
is
sure that I
perfect.
just get something set up.
Yeah, honestly, like if this works for you as it is right now, like you sound a lot better now.
Cool.
All right.
That's good.
Shall we head on over to the brass spear?
Yeah,
Okay, let's go looking
Well,
for
fancy
Poppy
wee bit of-
Greenleaf.
gotta get
Cool.
the steps up.
All right.
So yeah, the Brass Spear Inn is on the outer side of the city. So you kind of backtrack, go out the main gate. The guards give you a glaring look, but let you pass.
I give Kill Ass a glaring look as well for antagonizing them. I'm wise enough to know what's going on. I know you got a problem
And-
with authority, punk rock motherfucker.
It's my age.
And you kind of make your way into the general direction. You ask passerbys, like, you know where the Brass Spear Inn is? And they point you in the right direction. It's not as obvious as Inquisitive Whiskers with these postings, but eventually you do come across a sign where it's kind of held up by a brass-looking spear, and it has the name within it.
Great. Let's inquire within.
Cool. So, you walk in, you see it's starting to get a little bit more lively. People coming off work, starting to get drinks. And you do see a man and a woman working behind the bar, kind of just assisting people.
Yep. Does one of them by chance look like a halfling? Because Tea Leaf is a pretty halfling last name, am I right?
Greenleaf.
Greenleaf. Oh,
Well, they're
that's
both
different.
humans.
Oh,
Yeah, they're both
Greenleaf. Well, I'm going to
humans,
like
actually.
these people already. I can tell you that much.
You said tea leaf?
Yeah,
That
Tea
means
Leaf.
something different here.
Oh, yeah? I didn't
Maybe it
know.
doesn't mean something different here. That's it doesn't. I just realised. Yeah.
Rip.
Can I go over to the man and the woman and
Sure.
just go up and just say, I believe you have a problem with a little girl and her friend?
Oh, you're from Inquisitive Whiskers, aren't you?
Yes, maybe.
It's hard to say what's going on. The livestock nearby has starting to get butchered, and we've noticed that within our fireplace, it seems someone has been cooking them. Now, I don't know if our daughter is doing this but ever since she started mentioning her new imaginary friend, these things have been happening.
Barman, bar lady. I've got a bad memory. I can't remember names too well because I didn't maybe didn't write it down. But what time of the day is these happenings happening at?
Generally,
Is it
after we close,
is that at night time?
yes, just probably around 2 hours after midnight.
Greg,
Yeah.
2:00 in the morning.
The witching hour. Why we could get plastered drunk, man, or at least like get a little drunk and then act plastered and pass out in the main room, and then kind of be a little bit more alert when we hear something happening in the fireplace and check in. You know what I mean, man? Have them think that we're passed out, but yeah, maybe have a little drinky poo. You know what I mean, man?
How pretend passed out plastered can we get away with, Greg?
Oh,
Can I
not
be
super
totally-
shitty because we might have to get in a fight, man. We don't want to be, we don't want to be too hammered in a fight and, have the disadvantage. But,
Just a
we
little
could have
girl.
a couple of rounds. We could have it. We could do
Let's
a
go
couple
for
of
it.
rounds. I mean, you're a bird. I don't know how much you can drink, even, man. What do you weigh, like 80, 90 pounds, man? Jeez. I'll drink you under the table, man.
No. We've proven this before, Greg.
No,
How many-
that's
how
hats
many-
off. That's me and you. You could drink me under the table, but in this world, Greg could drink you out of the table because now you are the small boy and Greg is 7'6".
No,
a
no.
dwarf sitting at the bar is like, is that a challenge I hear?
More of a...
I'm already ready. Yes. How many beers? How many shots of whiskey? Barkeep, tavern man, and I forgot your name. Greg will remind me in a wee second. How many can we get for? How much is it for one drink in this bar?
If you're looking for liqueur, might be a little bit more expensive, but 5 copper a shot.
Is 6 gold pieces enough, Greg? Do you think?
I think 1 gold piece would be enough to cover our rounds
Yeah,
for the
that's-
night, man.
What is that rate? So
That'd be enough. That would 1
10
gold piece would be enough to get us killed, man.
Yeah. So 10 copper
Money's-
is 1 silver,
All right. Okay.
and 10 silver is 1 gold.
Keep the 1 gold just in case.
All right.
We'll sleep in the streets if we have to. Once
He
this
brings
is
out
done.
2 shot glasses, gets a bottle ready, pours them both, and says, "Good. I hope you can help us after this."
Don't worry, I'll keep a tab on it, man. Y'all got anything to eat, man? We're hungry.
Yeah, and they have food available. It's 5 copper for a plate.
Okay.
So,
Plate each, please. Am I
they bring
talking to?
you
Yeah.
the local specialty. It's some assorted meat and potatoes, maybe some veg.
The meat isn't bird, is it, by any chance? I have to ask. I have to
No,
make sure. That's
it's
okay.
it's probably cow.
Probably. I'll take it.
Probably.
I'm not that fussy. Yeah. So I think Greg and I sit down and we chat about how much fun we had at the boat, but we didn't really, and we're just busting to get off and get back on the dry land and
Yeah,
have a few shots.
I prefer to feel the caress of the earth under my feet, man. Yeah. Wow. Let me think. Oh, did we order food already?
Yeah.
No,
What do we order? What's
Food's
on? What are we grubbing on? I love grub.
Probably meat, probably beef, probably, but wasn't confirmed, Greg.
Yeah.
And we've got some veg, and the broccoli's lovely, so it is. I had all yours already because that's
Wow,
what I
Rip
do.
Daddy, it's
you know?
almost as Kill Ass, it's almost as though you've been here before, man.
And some scalloped potatoes.
Oh, I love scallops,
Yeah.
man. Wow. All right, cool. So,
Yeah.
question for the DM.
Sure.
Probably going to be a nope, but is there a chance that if we could take a long enough rest before having to be alert, that we might get a level up from that past encounter so that I can then turn into a bug and hide on the wall while listening to what's going on?
So funny enough, if you guys are spending a full hour here, since it's about 4 o'clock still, yeah, you do get enough experience. You get 300 experience each. That should bring you up to level 2.
Hooray!
So-
We did it! Level 2! Bum, 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 bum.
So, Rip, the best way to do this is essentially clicking on the anvil up in the top right of D&D Beyond.
Top right of the sheet or of the page?
Of the sheet. Like, it should be right above your hit points.
I see campaign. I see temp. Current max.
Yeah, so right above temp, there should be a little anvil and a hammer hitting it.
Nope, but it's totally different. I think I may be on the wrong. I'm just working out what I've done wrong.
Hooray!
I'm not
Wild
signed
shape.
in.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh, you're not signed in.
I'm not signed in, so that's the reason why the dice wasn't working.
Hey,
I'm
Nolan,
looking at my page like.
Yeah.
why does it say copy of Circle of the Moon or Circle of the Moon? Why? What's the difference?
Just do Circle of the Moon. I probably was trying to mess with it and make my own thing.
That sounds like something you might do. That sounds like something
Yeah,
you might air
You know
do.
me. Yeah.
Cool. Hell yeah. Combat wild shape, circle forms, CR1. This is going to be fun. This is going to be CR fun.
Click on the anvil.
Yeah, click on the anvil. And then you're going to want to go over to the
Drop it.
class. And under level, you just click from 1 to 2.
I am Rouge. Dave, triggered.
Sorry?
I'm trying to trigger you with saying Rouge.
Rouge, please don't. Please just don't be that person ever. It's fine to be
Pure
whoever you want to
runt.
be. It's
5
fine.
minutes.
Be who you want to be in the world, but just don't be that.
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
So cool.
Yes.
Now,
I'm now level 2. Yay.
cool. You're level 2. What you get from level 2 is you get your cunning action, which means you can dash, which is essentially double move as a bonus action.
Okay.
You can disengage, which means you can bail from combat without getting hit, or you can hide. And these all take bonus actions. So if you want to try to do a sneak attack, you can.
Cool.
All right. So cool. You guys happen to get, I get a light buzz going. You eat enough food. Whiskey keeps coming to you. You do hear some talk amongst the crowd. Talking about the white X's on the doors and how, you know, people are getting quarantined and locked in their houses.
On doors, people getting quarantined in their homes. Sounds a little familiar. Okay. Interesting. I'd like to follow up on that thread.
Yeah. And then the how the guards are very strict, and they've noticed coming from the inner city more smoke piles, like smoke towers coming up into the air.
Very cool. Man, this feels like that one big city in The Witcher 3 right now. It's really lovely. I can visualize it. It's beautiful. I can't remember.
Yeah, you don't want to know what's in my head.
Yeah. You're just like Gotham City, Gotham City, Gotham City, Gotham City.
I don't think anyone's actually told you what city you're in.
Yeah, I don't think we know.
Oh.
I mean, would we have seen a sign in passing? Welcome to city name.
No, they don't have the like the welcoming kind of vibe.
All right.
It doesn't have the big banner and all. And
do you think like
they
maybe,
have photos in it, sort of thing? They can't see it no more.
Can I make a perception check to just like overhear if somebody just, you know, mentions the name of the city passively in their conversation around us?
Sure, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay, and that is gonna be, let me see, because I just leveled up. Where is my perception? Gosh, my internet is so slow because we're streaming. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a 15 perception check.
Cool. You do hear Heidenberg.
Heidenberg. Cool. All right. Hey, I think this place is called Heidenberg.
Greg, why do I know the name?
I don't know. You tell me, man. I can't read your mind yet. I'm only level 1.
I can't remember. I think I maybe had too much of their juice here.
Well,
Why
don't you eat some food, man? See if you can put some of it down. All right.
Are we allowed to? Am I allowed to use a perception check? To see if we can gather a wee bit more of what the locals think of what's going on. I know it's secretive and they know it's a quarantine, but
You can go ahead and ask them if you'd like. If you try to like listen in, we could just use your passive perception, or you could ask them and figure out what's going on.
I think I'll ask because I have enough. Is there anybody there that's slightly older, slightly smaller, and slightly wiser than the rest?
There is the dwarf that's sitting next to you, getting plastered.
Oh, he's my guy. I can be drunk quite well. I just tap him on the shoulder and just go, here. I don't want to go too Northern Irish. I go, excuse me. What's the deal with the white marks above all the doors? Do you have any theories on that yourself?
Not quite. It seems just this week that's when it started happening. I've heard the word the blight.
The blight.
Just going around, you know, the stations and even some of the streets. Not sure what to think of it. I just know that the guards come down, push people in their houses, and put a white X on it. And then sometimes they take them out and take them to the city.
With the smoke fires? The smoke
Yeah.
piles?
Greg.
Yeah, what, kill ass? What?
Do you think they're burning the bodies?
Yeah, I think they're burning the bodies, man.
I just turn around to the old man and just, because I've had a few too many drinks, and I just go, they're definitely burning the bodies. And then I sit back down and eat my food, just to try and...
You two aren't from around here, are you?
No, man, we're not. We just got off a boat, and we owe a raccoon
The,
a bunch of money.
Oh.
Yeah, we're under a bit of pressure to whip up some funds so we can get out of here and move
Strange
on to
crossing there. Well, I'll tell you this. The guards don't like folk that aren't human.
I can tell, man.
And the smoke towers, quite typical around here. make sure if you're on guards, you keep any magic under wraps.
Can do, man. I could probably just disguise self as a human, though.
I'm a noob. I don't know how to use it, so there's no worry about me whipping the magic out anytime soon.
Yeah.
And so, anything else you guys are going to try to do for the night, or are you just going to enjoy until close?
Yeah, well, I think we'll just imbibe and kind of wind down until close. Just kind of, I'll start preparing my spells for, the evening and stuff like that. I think that's going to be the big brain move.
Cool.
I'm gonna sit and have a few drinks and like hide it from Greg because he doesn't want me to not be able to wake up when it's time to do it. But I'm a functioning alcoholic, so I'll be totally fine. But he doesn't like it like that, so he likes me being responsible.
Let's see if you are a functioning alcoholic. Make a Constitution saving throw.
I definitely am much. Right, so dice me up here. So I want to use the dice because I said we were going to use the wee screen, the thing, but 20, yeah.
Yeah, roll a d20, and you're gonna add the there should be a con mod to the left of the screen, which is saving throws.
+1 then.
Yep.
So that's gonna hinder me slightly, I think. 12.
All right. I mean, you're like right on the cusp. Like if you got any lower, you probably would have been gone. But you're hanging on.
Good.
You're enjoying it.
Having a good night.
Now, closing time comes around. They do last call. The male owner, whose name is Hoppy, and his wife is named Poppy.
Poppy or Hoppy.
Hoppy comes over to you and says, so do you guys just want to stay down here and see if you find anything out, or how do you want to do this? Do you want to...
Yeah, we're just going to act like we're passed out, and when things go quiet, I'm going to make myself scarce and listen in and see what's going on, man. And homie can just pass out if he wants, man, until combat time, if it should come to that.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hop in and go. I'm just gonna lay my head down here just beside the fire as it's burning out, and but I'll have one eye open.
Okay. There's a room available upstairs. Not our best room, but if you guys need a bed to sleep in, there's one available upstairs.
Thank you very much, man. No, I am just. I feel like I've just leveled up with energy today, man. I feel so invigorated.
So, they push everybody out but you guys, and they close up, and they head upstairs. They kind of put coverings over the lights to dim it a little bit.
Yeah.
And you guys are able to kind of scope out. So, how do you guys want to set up?
All right. So the room is clear now, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to wild shape into a spider, and I'm going to just kind of find a nice little corner of the ceiling to, touch base and set down and just observe and listen.
All right. So, Killass, as you're slightly inebriated, you look over at Greg, and he just kind of like poofs. And you see a spider kind of drop on the ground and then start crawling over to the wall.
Yeah.
Can I eat him?
Please don't. That's a bad idea. You already ate too. Don't kill your druid. Bro, I got the heals. You don't want to play that game. Yeah. So I'm gonna just climb and hang out. And I'm actually gonna
Greg,
make a little web.
Can I suggest to Greg?
Sorry?
Where's the girl at this point? Is the girl in bed sleeping? Do we know?
Yeah.
We don't know what the girl's doing. She's sleeping at the moment?
Yeah, she's probably upstairs. Like you heard some laughter during your time downstairs, coming from upstairs. And maybe the girl was playing up there. But all is quiet now.
Okay. Cool. I'm standing by.
So, maybe 30 minutes passes,
Okay.
and you start to hear like a slight kind of creaking coming from upstairs. The maybe someone moving around up there, probably is typical. But as you hear the creaking and it's starting to come down the stairs, and eventually you see the front door just kind of open.
Okay.
And it just remains open. You don't see anything.
Okay. I'm gonna keep observing.
Okay. Maybe another 5 minutes, you hear a sound from out back, and it sounds like the distressed cry of an animal, kind of just like a.
Okay.
How'd that go again?
Just
I didn't hear that the first time. It's cut out. The mic just played out at the wrong time. To play that again. No.
Tool.
No. So I'm trying to think: is it the best idea for me to get up, or am I best just lying? Because we know the action happens at the fireplace, and the little girl probably doesn't know we're downstairs. But if Greg is observing, I'm going to get up and just peek my head out through the front door to where the noise is, not from where the upstairs is, because nobody's came through that door.
okay. So you peek your head out and you kind of you get a glance. You do see that there is probably some movement coming from the like the stable area and the fenced area where the livestock grazes. But like the animals are bunched up into one side, and you do kind of see this slouched, lifeless form kind of twitching a little bit.
Okay. Can we see anything like in close contact with that form or like a trail?
If you move outside and you start going closer to the stable, you might see something.
Okay.
I have my flight. Can I not just do a wee? I don't like using it too often, but in situations like that, can I just sort of jump up maybe 30 or 40 foot in the air and just do a sweep round and just see what's going on?
Yeah, cool. So you fly up into the air, in the cover of night, and you do see that something is ripping this cow apart. Like it's the skin is starting to just be ripped out, and all the entrails are then being lifted up and kind of floating, strangely enough.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. So what it is, as I do a sweep, I just fly back in through the barn door, and I explain to Greg what I see, and I say, Greg, it looks like an invisible creature, but I don't know what it is.
Should we try and kill it, or should we try and wait until it comes back with the cow here so we know where it is? Do you think it left a trail, man? Sorry, I dropped my character.
Greg, definitely, you should see the mess as it comes through. We may not see the entrails, but we may not see the part. We may not see the creature, but we will definitely see the trail because it's messy out there, man. It's messy.
Okay, poof, I'm a furbolg. And so yeah, I guess let's go out and follow the trail. Let's start tracking.
Okay. So as you guys start to get ready, you do see that blood is kind of dripping inside of the bar, and you do see the entrails floating towards the fireplace.
Ooh, okay. Got it. So we might be able to make our move here. All right. Oh, I guess I can detect magic, but I think we already know there's like being in here, so that's not really useful. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. That seems dumb and overly cautious for no reason, and just a waste of a spell, or waste of a trait. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna. What would it take to like estimate kind of where this invisible being would be and hit it with an attack spell.
You can try to attack it. Like, you can try to guess. It's going to be very difficult, but it would be an attack with disadvantage because you can't tell where it is. You have you have a vague idea.
Okay,
so it's not
all
impossible.
I can see is really just like the trail of blood from the entrails, right?
Yeah. You
Okay.
don't know if it's right there next to it, if it's holding it out, or what the
Cool.
situation is.
Can we not just say hello?
Excuse you, motherfucker.
See if it's gonna. Yeah, like.
I'm down. I fuck with it. We can hang.
What,
Hopefully we don't
what's
die.
up? What's up?
Can I help you?
I imagine. Yeah, that's it. Can I help you?
So, you say that, and you see the intros kind of stop, and then turn towards you, but then move back and start going towards the fireplace.
God, that's freaky.
Push him in the fire, Greg. Push him in the fire, Greg. Just.
Okay, yeah. You know what? I could theoretically do that. I could. Oh, it's gonna wake everybody up though. I don't know. I could cast Thunderwave and push him 10 feet. But the spell would emit a thunderous boom audible to 300 feet. It would fuck up everyone's day. So, I'm pretty large.
But...
I'm trying to think. What could I do from like a distance? I guess I could hit him with the... Really, the only thing I don't know if I have any actions I could really use to push him unless I run up on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can make a, I think it's a shove action.
A shove action? Cool. I'm gonna...
Yeah, essentially it's an unarmed attack.
Great. An unarmed strike?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that.
So you do have disadvantage because you can't see the target.
Okay. That sounds good. And that is a 11 to hit.
Your hands just move through the air.
Great.
And you don't feel anything.
That's freaky.
And the you see that in the fireplace a pot lifts up, it the top comes off and the meat goes in, and then a fire lights under it.
It seems like almost like maybe there's just like a poltergeist cooking. Like maybe it's a spirit that's... It seems like maybe there's just a spirit that's like trapped in a loop where it goes and slaughters a cow and cooks it up.
Greg?
What?
I think we need to find the girl.
You think we need to find the... Okay. How do you suppose we do that, man?
I think we take we Jeffrey Duke up the stairs and find her. I think that they must be linked if it's around whenever she's had an imaginary friend.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe she could be the one that would stop. Maybe she could be the one to stop it, because if we can't attack, there's not much we can do.
You're absolutely right about that, kill ass. Let's go up. I guess let's quietly go upstairs so as not to disturb any of the guests, man, and see what's what, shall we?
And unlike the last time, let's not get caught.
No promises, man. It's pretty big. Should have just stayed a spider, man. I'm gonna need my other use of I might need my other use of wild shape, so I'm not gonna transform again unless we get in a fight.
So I lead and take a walk up the steps from the doors already open, so we don't have to worry about the noise. And we tippy toe up the stairs very, very quietly, and we're on the landing, I'm assuming. And what would I see there?
Oh, you do see there's quite a few different rooms, as this is an inn. But one you do see kind of has the carvings of like flowers, and the door is slightly ajar, and you can assume it's probably a child's room, with all the decoration. There are no lights on though, interestingly enough.
So we follow down. I appreciate the fine woodwork, and I just look at Greg and I just give him the wee nod, and I open up the door, and I'm assuming I see the little girl just sleep, just sitting on the end of her bed. I don't know what I expect, but I'm hoping I've got the right room.
You do see a smaller bed where there is a lump in the middle covered in blankets, and it seems to a slight movement to it, but that could just be breathing.
Okay, now I'm gonna detect
And-
magic.
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah.
Before you do, as you both are standing in the doorway, you can see that there is a mirror at the end, like on the other side of the room, and right behind, like you see your reflection, and behind you, kind of in the distance, you see this strange figure, almost a drab, smooth skin, like humanoid, standing behind you.
Ooh. So now that we can see it, we can maybe interact with it?
You turn around and nothing's there, though. But in the mirror, you see its reflection.
And could you describe this humanoid again, please, one more time? I just want to get a good visual.
It's like a drab skin color, almost like a darkish gray.
Oh.
Its hands seem to be long, like elongated claws. And then it's just very smooth skin and just a small kind of like covering over its.
How big is this
its
creature?
Bits. The size of a human, maybe just like a human man.
Gotcha. Okay.
And as you look back at the mirror, and it kind of lifts its arms up, and it, like, you can, just a visualization, you can see it almost scream, but nothing audible, and it starts running towards you guys.
Oh, shit.
And that is where we're going to call it for this week, since we are just at our time limit.
Well done, Nolan. Thank you so much, my guy.
I have a week to think about it.
All right. So, Dave, take it away.
All right. Well, first of all, I just wanted to give a massive heartfelt thanks to my dear friend and our darling DM, Nolan. Welcome to the party. It's a good time here. You did amazing today. I had so much fun. I was beaming the whole time. I love playing D&D with you, man. I couldn't imagine a better fit for this. Let's just keep that microphone close to your mouth next time, because for like half of the stream I could barely really hear you, and I was worrying that it was the music getting in the way, but it was just your mic cutting out on its own. So that's
we'll make sure that's fixed by next week for sure.
Yeah. Rip, thank you for, being supportive of this, man. This is a really fun idea, and I really just have wanted an excuse to play D&D with my friends this whole time. And that's all this is for me. And I'm so grateful to everybody out there in the audience for hanging out with us today. We had just like a steady bunch of sweetie pies. The chat was just hype as hell. Thank you guys all so much. There's a new video up today. Isn't that right, Rip Daddy?
Yeah, there was a video at 10 o'clock usual time, just as we were starting. I try to use that because we weren't 100% on the start week, and we were on a 2-week window. If you turn it down to 2 week tiny, so just there's a 2-week window, so all the advertisements for the Wednesday live stream for playing the games is actually 2 weeks away. So there wasn't much hype on it, but yeah, video up tonight, usual releases, and a massive thanks to Nolan, because without, I've made no secret that I am a complete noob. I have made no secret with the whole mechanics and any of that there, and anybody's watched the videos, anybody's watched the live streams, totally, I know there's a lot of people out there that know an awful lot about D&D. I know a lot of people that know an awful lot about the gameplay of it, but I would say I'm not the only person out there that would be a noob, and it could be as many as 30 or 40% of the people that actually watch the videos have never actually played. So I'm hoping that Nolan gives us a good story. Dave has the good balance of hand-holding, and Nolan does handle them, and get to learn by my stupidity and mistakes. And I'm quite happy. I think the whole way through that, I barely looked at the comments. I think I looked at the comments twice.
Yeah,
just to
don't
make
allow
sure people
yourself
weren't
to be
going.
distracted by it when we're trying to play. The
No,
game is the most important thing.
that's what I was going to say, and I was going to make it very clear. I'm not playing this game in a sense that it's for the channel as such. It's for me and for my friends, and it's really next week. Even in 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 weeks time, and I'm getting really really good, and I'm really enjoying it. It won't be. I won't be sitting looking at stats or the numbers or whatever. It is just purely for me to have fun on a Wednesday night with my
Yeah,
friends.
that's what it's all
And
about. That's D&D.
you, you never know. There might be. I don't, Brian's not here tonight. I'm sure people have noticed. They probably thought, "Oh,
He
Brian
popped into
Ter's
the
looking a bit
chat for a
different today,"
second
but no,
to
that's
say,
Nolan.
he popped into the chat for a moment to say hello.
Did he?
So yeah, I saw him. So he's
You know,
participating.
he's busy with his own stuff as well at the moment, and he may join us later on down the line.
I
There
hope
may
he
be
does.
another person. Yeah, and there you never know. The characters, I think, the way Nolan's story's going, there's room for other people possibly,
Yeah.
but that would be more down to Nolan and Dave and Brian, not necessarily punting 50 DMs to me to say, oh, Rip Daddy, can I join? Because I do get a lot of that.
Yeah.
But no, thank you for everybody who's watched. And as I said, hopefully it's a learning experience. And if it's for people who are not overly familiar, and if you're an expert, hopefully Dave and Nolan can keep that side of the boat going, where the people actually know what they're doing. And I'm not holding up too much of the story and asking stupid questions and talking too much. So
No, you're doing great,
but
dude.
yeah, thanks for watching.
You've definitely
I
read
don't even know how
enough
to-
D&D stories that you know your way around. I think more than you realize.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. But it's a confidence thing. It's like watching the live streams.
Of course.
I always get nervous, and then towards by the end, I've had a few whiskeys, and I am the shite is flowing clean out of me. Like,
Yeah.
I like my new setup as well. This is class.
Do you like the look?
It's incredibly comfortable. Next week I'll be sitting on the sofa with my top off.
Oh yeah, show us that. It's not a dad bod, okay? It's a father figure. Show us that father figure, Rip Daddy.
Yeah.
Lockdown titties. That's what I've been calling them.
Is there any business we want to cover?
I will keep the business to the usual stuff. We'll cover all that in the live stream. I think again, I want to thank Nolan. Great meeting you, like a person, because you're like the other side of the world. Getting to see you, and because we'll be chatting obviously, and it's great getting to meet him. And we'll be back next week, definitely 100%, same time. Yeah, and every week after. I think the 2 hours cut off is mainly I would play all night, but unfortunately I have to get up in the morning.
Yeah.
And every time I do a live stream, I do not sleep, because you guys, especially the West Coast guys, what time is it over there? Is it 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yeah, it's 4 p.m. here for us.
You've got to get your dinner and chill and forget all about it. I literally am going to have a bag of crisps, maybe pour myself another whiskey, and half an hour be up the stairs with my eyes closed, hopefully go to sleep. So I struggle to sleep those days. So
to be fair, I got like an hour and a half of sleep because I was working on the soundtrack all night after getting all the content done for the week. So I'm gonna probably go rock a piss, drink some water, and just crash.
What's your plans, Nolan? What have you got to do?
Sorry?
Yeah, my work schedule's changing up a bit, so I think I might be up pretty late tonight. I happened to get some good sleep last night, even with a newborn about. Yeah, I'm gonna try to stay up because I'm working 2 grave shifts tomorrow night.
Oof.
And so probably just relax, hang out, do some reading. I've been playing the Alien RPG based on the Alien films and stuff, and that's just been a blast. So just reading and figuring out that rule set, probably my night.
Brilliant.
That sounds like a lot of fun, man. I'm probably, I don't know, before I wind down, I might just do a little bit of gaming. I might play some Forza, I might play some Witcher. I haven't decided yet. Just kind of relax and take it easy for a bit, because I want to get to bed early, because I've actually got a studio session tomorrow. I've got a client coming over to work on a pop punk album. So that's going to be really fun.
Oh, cool.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
You got work. Oh, well,
Yeah, I'm a producer. I produce. So, speaking of, I'm gonna put the tracks that I produced for the stream today up on my SoundCloud in the next like hour or two. So I'll make an announcement in like the music talks for the Discord. I'll make like a special like album or something for it on my SoundCloud. And if y'all want to listen to my piano noodling or my synthwave attempt, I guess, feel it actually turned into a pretty groovy fucking synthwave song. I'm not gonna lie. For a first like complete synthwave tune, I think it's a vibe.
We'll maybe give it a wee tester over on the live stream. We need to get better names for all these. So, well, we've already got a good name for this, but for the live readings, the Sunday night episodes,
Do you want me to
maybe we
come
get
up
a
with
wee
a better
blast on
name?
that. I need a better name for it.
We do. All right.
Definitely
well,
think
How about Sunday story time?
too generic.
Too generic.
generic.
Okay.
Rainbow.
Let's think.
Rip the rainbow.
Ripping rainbow, like reading rainbow.
More like
Hey.
re-ing rainbow, knowing our people. Trying to think, is there anything else that we want to talk about? Did we want to take any questions? Did people have any questions before we call it a night, or are we just gonna call it here? Because I know there was someone in chat earlier who had a shitload of questions, and I wanted to get to like at least one of them.
Go on, answer a few questions. I don't even know. I have not looked, and there's too many. I did see the most important one. There was a super chat there. Oh, there's two super chat choice. The first one was from Jay Ross. I don't know who that guy is. I think he stalks me. I'm surprised someday he's going to show up at my door and say, "Oh, my daddy." But he said, "To be fair."
To be fair. Some say he knows 2 facts about ducks. Others say they're both wrong. All we know is he's called Jay Ross.
He's the wise man. He is a wise man.
I love Jay Ross.
So it's
I especially love
an
Love
MWF.
One thing I do want to cover. I know that we usually leave the business to the meat and potato stuff, but just because like I feel like it's an important thing to touch on. If there are any dungeon masters out there who are looking to like put a party together or get playing or DM a campaign, or if there's any players looking to find a party, more and more people are finding parties and hooking up and playing on our Discord server. So if you haven't joined our Discord server, please click the link either in the description or the link that the mods have been spamming and pop on in. I think we just hit 1,500 members in our Discord, and most of it is pretty chaotic, but there's a lot going on under the hood in the looking for group segment, and the more people we can get to come in looking for a group, the more people we can have find groups.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to participate and play some D&D with some of our dear and darling friends, please consider joining up with the Discord. And if you've got stories, please definitely drop them on our subreddit, because we're getting a lot of good stuff now out of the subreddit, to the point where like we've got some solid videos with some really amazing stories. I mean, you guys go into excruciating detail a lot of the time, and it's beautifully written. I'm amazed at just how brilliant all of our people are, and the people who just like participate in this. And I love you all. This has been so much fun.
Yeah, the subreddit is definitely the place to go now for the stories. We've actually, I think we're on about the way August is, the whole way it all falls. What month is July, August? First sort of like 6 or 7 videos for August are all threads and questions asked to the subreddit.
It's true. I've recorded almost all of them already.
Yeah, and then there's stories going up there. If you're going to do if there's shorter ones up, they're going to be focused mainly on the live stream on the Sunday. If you've got ones that are more than sort of 2,000 words, I think we're going to start packaging them up as single stories and releasing them maybe 1 or 2 a week. I really want to try and push us up to release every night. So the way it falls is every other day, but then we stream on Sunday, and we're going to start streaming on a Wednesday, and maybe have one to fill, and maybe there'll be content hopefully every day of the week. But it gets a wee bit Yeah, poor Dave had to do a 12-hour shift yesterday just for a
Well,
YouTube channel.
To be
So,
fair, I got like
so you-
what's been happening is like now that we've kind of just started doing sponsored videos like in the past kind of month, and the ads are kind of coming in after the videos go up in our schedule, so it's challenging and a little bit difficult to communicate basically going back to videos and then like chopping things back in after they've already kind of been like more or less printed. So I'm working on my file management and that's going to make it a lot easier. And then we're just kind of getting our workflow lined up with we've been playing this by ear the entire time. You know what I mean? We're just figuring it out as we go.
To be fair, what I did was sponsors come in and they ask for dates, and somebody's commenting on the anime around my name. That's not my fault. That's something that happened before. You can blame Dave for that.
You know I got you, boo boo.
Yeah, I was letting people dictate dates, even though the video was created. That's going to change. Craig's Cottage, I see he was in there too. I don't know if he's in the chat.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
gonna again. He is he's hooking us up with some dice bags at the moment.
Woo,
and
D bags, let's go. Look, I need a new D bag for all of my dice. They just live on this rolling tray, and it's not even a dice rolling tray. It's the other kind.
He does them. I can't find the link because I'm on my laptop, but there's a his ad is done.
Etsy.com/shop/Scott's Cottage, or sorry, not Scott's Cottage, Craig's Cottage.
There he is.
Scott,
there
you don't have a cottage. Yeah.
I have an old house. It's more like a castle.
Do you want me to drop the link in chat?
Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. His ad is currently being recorded, and the visuals have been edited.
Yeah, those dice bags are so cool. I'm worried because I think all of us want the cactus, and he said it's one of a kind. So I guess we'll have to fight to the death out of it. Best 2 out of 3.
I know, because he was saying, "Oh, sure, I'll throw you a few bags over," and I was like, "Yeah." And I spoke to Brian, and he says, "Oh, I really like the cactus."
To be fair, I live in the desert. It would fit best in my studio.
I'm sure it would. And then I asked for Nolan because he's part of the family now, and I didn't give him the option because I know he was going to probably pick the cactus.
The cactus is cool.
I think a cactus is cool
so
too.
Cool. I'm surprised that that's not the flagship product, man. That's like really, really creative and like really stylish.
If mine ever makes it from the other side of the world, because I believe he's West Coast as well, he's slightly more northerly than he used to.
Craig, where you at? Like Oregon or like Washington?
I think it was Oregon, he said.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. It's like LA, but slightly cheaper, and the weather's nicer.
No,
as nice.
No. The weather's not nearly as nice. You get like 9 months of rain. You get like 9 months of rain, and like it's pretty dark there a lot of the year. I couldn't deal with it.
I'm from a country where it literally rains every day.
Yeah, I live in LA where I can wear flip-flops and a tank top in February. I love it. I love it. It's great.
I don't think there's too much skin for me to do that shit.
Yeah, tell me about it. I die, but it's worth it.
Yes, I think it's time probably to give it a call quits. There will be videos out tonight. It's Wednesday. There's a video out on Friday. There'll be a video out on Saturday. The live stream is on the Sunday. And then whatever way it falls every other day. And we'll be back next Wednesday. 10 o'clock, my time, whatever it is in the world. And if you're going to ask me, whenever I put it up on an advert, what is it in such and such a time, there is a thing called Google. And then when people say to me, where's it in my world? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, let me just Google that for you.
I know. It's like being like a community service officer or whatever. If I've been going out, just Google it for you.
Bother the tax squirrels. They need more to do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the Europeans, it's a bit late for them, but the reason why it's a list date is because time zones for the LA folks.
Yeah.
And then
if you want to do like earlier, like I don't mind waking up earlier if it means we can get a longer campaign in, but it's about more so, what you have going on in your day and how you can fit it in,
It's a balance between keeping yous, not doing it too early in the morning for yous, or in the afternoon.
It doesn't bother me at all. Don't even worry.
It might bother me.
I wake up at like 9 in the morning for fun. Like,
as well.
It's all good.
So if we wanted to run it a little bit earlier for us, like say around like noon or 11.
I don't usually pull graveyard shifts right before D&D. I just had work to do to make sure that we were ready to hit the stream running.
Yeah, I know it doesn't necessarily suit me just due to the fact that I have a 7-year-old that tries to stay up as late as humanly possible. You go into his room at 12 o'clock at night and he's lying there watching TV. He's
I
like,
was
mate,
the
that's
same
not
kid.
how.
He's gonna be fine.
Yeah, oh, I know, but it's no bother. If it's not TV, it's the books. It's doing. He does something. Remember, I was telling you how bad I am at reading stories. He can actually read very well, just so I don't read him a story. So said that before. So
I was an avid reader as well when I was 7. Your kid reminds me of me. Honestly, that's really cute. That's really precious.
Oh, he's a proper. I don't know where he gets it from, to be honest. His mum's too smart. I think I'll blame her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we'll stick with a 10 anyway. The normal release time. It'll probably stop confusion, but instead of doing a longer session and dragging it out, doing every other Wednesday, I think if we can just leave it slightly late and fill it, I'm happy for committing to 2 hours a week.
Great, that works for me. It's a nice digestible game, and it's easy to kind of process what you learned and all of that.
I got plenty of prep then for next week because I gotta find out what this scary lady is doing, jumping out and
don't metagame and look up this creature or whatever it might be, and like try and figure it out, because that's a big no-no. And it's
I read the stories. I made a story there.
Yes, whatever you want to do, man. I'm not here to yuck your yum.
I have to still do the basic research because remember, as I've said to people before, all my education, and I said this to Nolan, is basically done off people's bad ideas, because the bad ideas are the good stories.
Well, I hate to tell you, my brother, but Nolan sets a high bar. So it's gonna ruin some of the other stories for you when you realize just like how good it can get.
Oh, no,
not to like blow you up too hard, Nolan. Not to like blow up your spot too hard, but I've played with a handful of DMs, and so far, the most fun I've had in Dungeons and Dragons has been in Nolan's world at Nolan's table. I love you so much. We're kindred spirits, man. Nolan, by the way, is the person who inspired me to play Druid. I've played like 4 Druids now. I haven't played another class in ages. I've tried for like a day, and then I've been like, nope, Druid.
Yeah, I was a Druid that fart clouded us to victory. Turned into a dragon, slayed a lich, just
resurrected Clunk.
Yes, so many things.
Yeah, druids are amazing. They're quite utility. Anyways, I guess we should let Rip Daddy get his beauty rest. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. We appreciate you so much. Please sub for Nat 20s, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, guys.
All right.
Cheerio. See you all Sunday. Good. Twice.
Every time.
Yes. I don't know if the bike's going to be that big, though, but